Yo, 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 yo. Hey. Hey. Let me tell you something, all right? I was not even in the house yet. I mean, literally, I wasn't even in the house yet. And I got back from my workout, and holy shit, dude. Holy shit. The Philadelphia Eagles made a trade today, and they actually fucking did it. They did it. They got Kevin Byard. I want to know how everybody's feeling. I mean, you traded a 24 fifth rounder, 6th rounder, and literally, okay, Terrell Edmunds. They actually got rid of Terrell Edmunds, which I was actually kind of surprised. Didn't think that they were going to get that done, but I mean, that's just insane, man. I mean, Howie Roseman has, I mean, I thought this trade wouldn't have happened. I don't know. Maybe it would have happened this week. Maybe it wouldn't have. I'm not sure, but I mean, good thing it, like, good things happen, I guess. I thought it was going to be a lot. I thought it was going to be a lot longer that this was going to take, at least another week. But it looks really good. Looks really good. I want to know your opinion on it. I already did a video on this already. I was going to stream tonight, but it looks like I'm not going to stream tonight now because all this is coming out, and I might stream tomorrow. That'll probably be the plan for tomorrow, maybe, and maybe have a guest on tomorrow. What's going on, Jacob? What's going on, the Fondalorian? What's going on, SJ Romes? What's going on, Romez? What's going on, Jacob, Jaden? What's going on? NewTube says, if I was Tennessee, I would stop picking up the phone if Philly area code pops up. Well, you guys got to remember, this is a new GM. This isn't the same GM from the AJ Brown trade. The GM got fired. The GM literally got fired after AJ Brown embarrassed the Titans last year. He literally got fired right after that Titans game last year. So it's just insane, dude. It's just insane. Got a super chat from the final Lauren. Thank you so much, Mason. Howie will get these picks by trading back in the draft. We have 4 compensatory picks next year, and the Saints pick is 11 in the 2nd round. Oh yeah, dude. You know what I've been missing out on this past year? I've actually been missing out on that extra second that we have. I literally forgot about that extra 2nd round pick. That's not ours. It's the Saints pick. I mean, that pick is already at. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So, I mean, it looks like the Titans are imploding right now. They're definitely on a rebuild. I mean, that's 100% happening. Definitely rebuilding the team, and they're already getting rid. Titans fans are going out of their mind right now. I mean, they're literally pissed off. I mean, I'm trying to get some feedback on Byard this year, but supposedly, I mean, he's been pretty damn good. He hasn't really been getting picks this year. I mean, obviously, the Eagles' defense, roster-wise, between the Titans and Eagles are night and day. The one thing he's been doing really good this year is not letting anything over the top. His coverage has been really good. His tackling is A+. And, some other information, too, on Kevin Byard. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Some other information I found on Kevin Byard, too. We have literally another Malcolm Jenkins piece in this defense. If I can get to it on my phone, because I saved it because I kind of wanted to put that info out. So this is what he's done. Actually, not this one. This is what I have stats within the NFC East. So Kevin Byard snaps per position in 2023. So Kevin Byard has had 87 snaps at slot corner. He's had 171 snaps at free safety. He's had 129 snaps at box safety. So, and last year he got a ton of reps. So last year he got a ton of reps at each position. So you're getting an extremely versatile player. If you need to, move him somewhere, if that's the case, you got your Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Malcolm Jenkins, hybrid piece in your defense right now. But I think the Eagles are going to keep him at safety. I mean, until Bradley Roby comes back and Josiah Scott Josiah Scott is taking over right now at the nickel spot. So this is huge. This is a huge win for the Eagles. This is absolutely insane. I love it. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it happened. it totally happened. So just kind of nuts. Big Red says, Final Lawrence has left the same comment. Thomas Mott stream. Philly said, I knew Howie would get someone on the last year of the contract. Love this trade. Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I mean, 5th and 6th round picks means nothing. I mean, if you're getting compensatory picks next year, at this point, like I don't even know what the compensatory picks are going to be. But the Eagles, probably are down to what, 8 picks in the draft now. I think 8 or maybe 7. I'm not sure. They didn't have any. I don't know if they had 3rd or 4th round picks this year. Next year. I don't think they had 3rd or 4th round picks. So I thought that was interesting too. We got a super chat from C-Tay says, love the move now. Never play Barnett again. No one needs snaps. NFC goes through Philly. That's what I'm saying. Obviously we got to watch the 49ers this year. And we got 2 divisional games. We got Washington, we got the Cowboys, we have the bye week, and then coming off that bye week, we have KC. I feel so much better now that we actually have a legit, safety that, I mean, not even just a safety, but you have a leader in the building. This guy was a leader in Tennessee. This guy took a pay cut this year to stay in Tennessee. And, a lot of good things happening. So it's a fantastic move. Fantastic move. We got a super chat from TL Hopkins. Thank you so much, man. He says, I was just screaming at the TV because of the Edmunds. Now he's gone. I love my team. Did you know Byard was 34 on top of 100? No, I did not know that. 34 out of 100 in the top 100 last year? Nope. Do not know that at all. But this is a fantastic move for the Eagles because you solidify your safety spot. Really, the only thing we have to worry about now is that Reed Blankenship has to come back healthy. I mean, he's got a rib injury, so it's not like he had an ankle or he got cheap shotted and he got injured, unfortunately, in the last game that we played, before Miami. So, we know what it's like to not have Reed Blankenship around in this defense. Okay, we got a little bit of a sample of that during that Vikings game, and it was a damn mess with Justin Evans. And Justin Evans on IR. I mean, you got too many guys. There are people saying don't trade for a safety, get Sidney Brown a chance. Sidney Brown missed, 4 games already? He's already missed like 4 games, this is going to solidify the position. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a 1-year rental. I mean, I don't know if A.J. Brown had a lot to do with this. I'm not sure if A.J. Brown had a lot to do with this. Appreciate the super chat, TL, very much. Do appreciate it. I don't know how much A.J. Brown had and was involvement in this whole entire thing, but it's actually really exciting, man. This happened during Nick Sirianni's press conference. This literally happened. Like, I have to watch it because I just had another video out for later today, which I'm going to scrap now because I had a video pretty much about Terrell Edmunds. I had a video on a couple guys from the game, but I actually had a video on Terrell Edmunds, just about the game in general and how hot garbage he was in the game. And, because we were playing a little bit more press in that second half, and Terrell Edmunds the safety help was just really bad. I mean, he gets tricked with his eyes too much, and he just cannot get there with his speed for safety help. And now you got and this is Brian Dawkins' favorite player. Brian Dawkins idolizes Kevin Byard. I'm telling you, this is and I don't know if there's other moves happening yet. I don't know if they're adding more offense, maybe, I don't know if they're adding defensive line help or something like that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would love to get Brian Burns. Don't get me wrong. Like, I would love to have another pass rusher. I really want to, Nolan Smith got his first sack, okay? Derek Barnett still has 2 tackles for the season. I didn't see Derek Barnett play in this game at all against Miami. I really didn't see him play at all. So I'm really thinking right now, I hate the new YouTube features, by the way. There he is. So everyone give Titan Anderson some love. He said Kevin Byard does not give up anything over the top. Yeah, that's what I was just telling them before. This Titan Anderson Sports is a content creator for the Titans. He's, the first Titans ever content creator I've seen. Definitely check him out. He's a good buddy of mine, good friend of mine. We might have him on the Shakedown this week. I'm going to talk to 500 between today and tomorrow and try to get him on for a pod. I would like to do an emergency pod so we could just talk about this. So we'll keep in contact and we'll get you on to give kind of an inside, feeling of, Kevin Byard and what he'll do. And I think with yeah, we're not getting. Yeah, I mean, Derrick Henry's next. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, 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 very interesting. So, how are you guys feeling? Yeah, Titan Anderson's a good dude. Definitely subscribe to him. He's a great content creator for the Titans. He's fantastic. He does live play-by-plays on Sundays. I know we're Eagles fans, probably, I get it, but we'll see. We'll see. I figured I was going to go live today because tonight I was actually going to go live. I'm going to be a guest on somebody's channel in a couple hours, and I was going to do a stream after that by saying, you know what, since this news came out, I'll stream this today, and maybe we'll do a stream with a guest tomorrow. We'll actually invite somebody on tomorrow or something, so we'll keep it running. You know what I mean? He says, y'all ain't getting the king. Oh, boy. Derrick Henry, man, I don't know. He's going to be 30 years old soon, and while he has value, the problem is you can't hold on to him for that long because, if the team is not ready to contend, he's got too much value. You don't want to start, going to trade him when he's starting to dip down in his production, at an older age, so I totally get that. Joseph B-Doc loves this man. Oh yeah, 100%. Read up on it. Eagles says when Howie makes trades, it is like taking candy, chocolate, and milkshake from a baby with the cherry on top. I mean, Howie Roseman's going to be a grandfather. He's going to sit his nephew on his lap, his grandson on his lap, and he's going to tell him stories about how many teams he's fleeced over the years when he was the GM for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I mean, 5th, 6th round picks is a pretty good steal to me. I mean, and Terrell Edmunds, and you get rid of a safety that we don't even need. That is the worst safety for the Eagles right now, which is just insane. Titan says, what up, Eagles fans? Take care of the Goat Hawk. I appreciate it. Now, we will, man. We will, man. Trust me, we will. I don't know if A.J. Brown had a lot to do with this. I don't know because, the Eagles were going after Budda Baker. They're going after Justin Simmons. I don't know who they were really going after. We just know who was available. I feel like maybe they would try to pry Eddie Jackson, maybe Harrison Smith from the Vikings. I don't know. There was a lot of options kind of going around. You know what I mean? So Kevin Byard was my first choice. I made a video on Kevin Byard this past offseason because I wanted him badly. But then when he kind of got his contract redone, I was like, okay, it's probably not happening now. But we didn't sign Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Not signing Chauncey back or trying to sign Chauncey back was probably the biggest weakness we had. Before the draft, it was really Javon Hargrave, and then that was not a problem anymore. And then we kind of went to, Tennessee Eagle Bulldogs. Oh, shit. Attacks 430 says, we pulled a successful heist, and I'm feeling great because I have been waiting years for this. Damn. Dude, we did. We pulled it off. This is going to help. Kevin Byard, somebody legit next to Reed Blankenship. Holy crap, guys. We got 259 in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. Live play-by-plays every weekend. Post-game streams, videos every day. Philadelphia Eagles content. Definitely subscribe and like the stream up as much as possible. So we might go do it. We're going to do a stream tomorrow. I'm trying to get a guest on for tomorrow. So Tight Anderson Sports says, Byard is also a great run stopper. He is a for-sure tackler. Underrated about his game. And I think, with the defensive line and, the pressure that they can get, I think, Byard, the secondary will always benefit from a really good pass rush. And we've needed help on that back end so badly. We really have. We have struggled. A couple touchdowns were given up, even on Sunday, Tyreek Hill. You play press and you're not physical. Eli Ricks, definitely love that guy a lot, and a big contributor as well, going down the right. So we'll see. See, Dan Kelly says, so that's the formula: Georgia, Alabama, and Philly-born players. Yeah, I don't. That's just weird, man, because he's from Philadelphia and knows the city, and Brian Dawkins is a big fan of him, one of his favorite players. Idolizes Kevin Byard a lot, and it's just weird. It's just really weird how I don't know. Nikki Cunningham says, this is karma for DGB. Dorial Green Beckham? What? I mean, I guess. But Dorial Green Beckham was a knucklehead anyway because he went out and partied with, who's that other guy? Who's that guy that receiver used to hang out with? And they went to parties and they weren't, like, concentrating on the season. And I forgot what the hell happened. It was kind of weird. It was really kind of weird. Byard signed a 2-year, $25 million extension. Is that true? Is that really true? Somebody check that. Somebody check that. We're serious on that? Byard signed a 2-year, $25 million extension? So 2 more years after this year? No, it wasn't Nelson Aguilar. No, it was another receiver that meant nothing to this franchise. Another receiver that we barely... I think he was like a deep threat guy. No, it wasn't Nelson Aguilar. Jersey said, what up, bro? Defense was lights out last night. Why is Penny not getting playing time? Does this move make us Super Bowl favorites? It's helping us. Look, I got to say, Sean Desai, like literally the past 3 games, including Miami, I think the 2 games before Miami, okay, he has adjusted very well in the second half of these games, pressing a little bit more. But the Miami game, I think he played pretty damn good for what he had. How do you stop speed? Literally the main thing of this week against Miami, that Miami's hype was more determination for the Eagles to win this game. The hype was so much, and the Eagles wanted to really put them down a peg or two, okay? So how do you beat speed? You beat speed with physicality, and that was really the message this entire week, and that's what they did. It wasn't Josh Huff. I don't think you guys are going to know. I know if I hear the name, Riley Cooper, no, that's way too, no, not Riley Cooper. I don't know. We'll talk about it another time. I have no idea. So he's here. I mean, is that true, though? Somebody check that. Because if he already signed an extension, that's kind of crazy. I mean, he's got, what, this year left, and that's it, right? Bryce Treggs. Boom! That's who it was. That Rams deep threat, Bryce Treggs. That piece of garbage that did nothing for us. They had 1 good play in preseason. They did nothing. Oh, no, I think they put him in for a Giants game. I forgot what happened, but yeah. They were good friends, apparently. The English Eagles said, this is mad. We are going to be unstoppable now. This defense is looking great, looking fantastic. Got to stay healthy this year, though. Got to stay healthy, get guys back from injury. I think that's the important thing this year. Eagles fan says they don't give up the big plays. And, guys, let me know about Kevin Byard. Just let me know. What are your thoughts on Kevin Byard, the signing? How did you react? How do you feel? Hold on. Now, yeah, is Howie Roseman done? That's the question. I mean, Sam says the scary part of the league is I bet Howie isn't done yet. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll see, but this should be really interesting. We'll see. He says can't be Paul Turner because Paul Turner. Yeah, Paul Turner did good for us. I have nothing against Paul Turner. We got John Castellones, member for 17 months of the Camper tier. Thank you so much, man. He says, Joey, do you think Howie is done? I don't know. Do they go after an edge rusher? It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas early, except it's 2 months early. That's what it feels like right now. I mean, I would love to pry by. I don't, like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know if they're going to. Nolan Smith got his first sack. Nolan Smith needs to move up on the depth chart. I mean, he went in for that couple plays. He had, what, 6, 7 snaps? I don't know what he had. He had, like, a couple plays, and he got a sack on Tua, and then he went right to the sideline. Derek Barnett, I don't even think played that much in this game. I got to look at the snap count for Derek Barnett. I didn't really see him play a lot at all, so it should be interesting. I have no idea. Coach Doe says, do you believe we need to address linebacker? The problem is you have Nakobe Dean on the roster now, and I don't think you do now. No. I think you're fine at linebacker. I don't know if they're going to upgrade because if you get a linebacker, you're going to have to get rid of them. And I like Zach Cunningham. I like Nicholas Morrow, and Nakobe Dean's back. So Rashad Penny, I believe, is going to be deactivated every single week because he was deactivated. Apparently he didn't feel good or whatever it is, which I think is a bunch of bullshit anyway. But That is just me. That is just me at the end of the day. Lindy Enzo, what's going on, man? He says Byard has 1 year left, signed 2-year deal. I'm confused. What happened with this contract? He has 1 year left, which is this year or next year. When's the last year of his deal? And he signed a 2-year deal with the Titans. Are you saying that he has 1 year left and he just signed a 2-year extension with the Eagles? I don't know which one we're talking about here. I need information. I need something clear because I'm special ed. I need some help sometimes, Kelly Green Day says great signing. I agree, bro. We got a super chat from G Fish. G Fish says, and we still got Sue and Joseph on speed dial. That's going to be an interesting one too. I have not seen one of those two guys sign anywhere. I don't know if the Eagles, I don't know. If I feel like if they get an injury at defensive tackle, knock on wood, maybe they will go after one of those two. I mean, could happen. Not really sure, but there is a big possibility. Appreciate the super chat, though. Lathan says, Nolan Smith looked fast coming off the edge. He needs more play. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got to, Derek Barnett has to, they got to do something else. I mean, Eli Ricks, man, Jesus Christ, dude. Eli Ricks he's got 1 year left on a 5-year deal. 1 year left, as in he's got one more year after. That's what I'm saying. Are you talking about the rest of this year is his last year of his deal? Or are you saying he's got one more year after this year? Is 24 the last year of his deal? That's what I'm saying. Big Red says nothing changed in the contract. He signed a 2-year deal over summer. He is in the books next year for $9 million. Okay. I mean, it's really not a bad number, to be honest. I mean, it's really not a bad number at all. We'll find out the actual numbers soon. Because I looked on some other stuff, but I guess it didn't update yet. Mr. Nonchalant, what's going on, bro? Day Live says this year and next year. Okay, that's what I want to know because I'm a little special ed, so I need the things nice and slowly said. Eli Ricks, future nickel. Interesting. Lindy says running back would be a nice to upgrade. No true answer at number 2 behind Swift. I think that's kind of true, to be honest. Derrick Henry? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they would do here. I really don't. I mean, you're going to have to get somebody that you're not going to give up a lot for, and you're obviously not going to pay a lot of money. Somebody that's dirt cheap this year, or maybe you want to extend him for, and make the cap hits a little bit lower. I don't know. I don't know what they think at running back right now. With Rashad Penny, a healthy scratch pretty much this past week. I don't know what they're going to do. Kind of confused, but, we'll see. G Fizz with the super chat. Thank you so much. He says trade Penny, Derek pick for Henry. Yeah, I mean it's possible. The problem I have right now is that the Titans are going to rebuild. Just giving Kevin Byard away is literally telling me that they're rebuilding. And the problem with Derrick Henry is he's 29 years old. He hasn't hit 30. He's going to hit 30 years old soon. And they're building that offense around a running back that needs 20-plus carries a game just to win a football game. Malik Willis sucks. Ryan Tannehill sucks. Their offensive line sucks. They need a clean slate. They have to trade Derrick Henry sooner or later before once he starts to dip in production, he's going to have no value. They have to trade Derrick Henry sooner or later. Trade Derrick Henry while he has a lot of value right now. He can go to a team and really help. Just don't trade him to the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I say. You know what I mean? But Kevin Byard's a dog. He is a dog, and I mean, doesn't give anything over the top. He's a great. He tackles great against the run. He could play nickel. He could play outside corner. He could play both safety spots. You have you have a guy, man. You got a guy. You have a guy. You have a hybrid type safety that can move into many positions if you really need him to. So. We'll see. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. Clip says, we need to appreciate the legendary and very necessary moves Howie is pulling off. Edmunds was hard to watch. It is true. But yeah, I mean, what Howie has done the past 3 years of the draft, I mean, it's just insane. It's crazy, man. It's nuts. I appreciate it. Trust me, 3 years ago, I wanted him out. I wanted him gone because no moves were being made after our Super Bowl in 17. We were not hitting on these drafts. We were restructuring old players, more guaranteed money up front, bigger cap hits down the road. We were rewarding players for past like success, which I really couldn't fucking understand at all. It just pissed me off entirely. Just pissed me off. T. Grant said, without a new contract, Henry probably nets them a third. I mean, I think a third is kind of fair. I mean, I don't see why not. I wouldn't give anything higher than that, though. Derek says, I'm so happy Terrell Edmunds is gone. He was so blind out there. I know. He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't. I mean, this was the plan B signing of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He was the plan B guy when they couldn't sign Chauncey to that big extension. And I was excited for it. You know, he was a former first-round pick, and, you know, he was going to sign back with the Steelers, and he turned around instantly to a Super Bowl team, you know, a team that was just in the Super Bowl and signed with us. And I thought it was a pretty good signing, but I just had to see more. I don't think his camp was that great, and it just looked like he just was deer in headlights a lot of times, too. You're playing press. Terrell Edmunds is not. The one thing that Terrell Edmunds did pretty good this year, it was the Justin Jefferson touchback. I think that was the one play he made this year, which really saved us on a touchback. A really hard game to win. He did a really good job there. So, thought it was good. Don says, I would give a third for Henry. Says Henry would go for a fourth at most. We'll see. A third or fourth, I could see it. Joe Marucci says, Joey, I saw multiple reports earlier that he was owed $11 million this year, and Titans paid $7 million, and Eagles own him $4 million, but they said it is the end of his contract at the end of the season. So from what I'm hearing, it's a rental for the year. It's a rental for the year. Von Sean Taylor says, don't think that was too much for Byard. That was, no, 5th and 6th round picks? No. Who's saying that in the chat, that 5th and 6th round picks? A 5th and a 6th, and you got rid of the worst safety on your roster? Come on now. Come on now. You got to be fair to me here, okay? This was a bona fide steal. Bona fide steal. A guy that can play both safety spots, can play nickel, and can play outside corner if you need him to. Like, you got a steal here. You know, like, you're kind of down, not down on depth, but, I mean, really, Edmunds was just a body at this point, but to get Kevin Byard to a contender now, defensively, what Sean Desai is doing with this defense, I am on board. I am on board with Sean Desai. Loved how the defense played. I think the last 3 games, the Eagles have made great adjustments on defense. Sean Desai has done a great job so far. You know what I mean? Got some issues on offense, little tiny things got to get fixed. But, defensively, we're looking really good. Looking really good. And Byard, I don't think Byard has any picks for the year. Byard, apparently, the Titans fans were saying Byard used to be a pick machine a long time ago, and he hasn't really picked the ball off in a while. I don't know. He hasn't really got interceptions as of recent. But it could be a lot of reasons for that Titans defense, just because they were injured last year, and who knows how much, they've sucked this year entirely. So, I don't know if, it's the same thing it was the same thing with James Bradberry before we traded for him. Before we signed him. Sorry, not traded for him. It was the same thing when we signed James Bradberry. James Bradberry gave up over 800 yards with the Giants the season before we signed him. Okay, so I was a little nervous. He hasn't been a Pro Bowler since before we signed him, he hasn't been a Pro Bowler since 2020. Some guys just don't play well in certain defenses. Bradberry was in a bad defense with the Giants, and got to Philadelphia last year, and he thrived as a number 2. Not too much pressure on him either. So it's kind of nuts. John Castelloni with the super chat. Thanks so much, man. He says, no, Byard has one more year left on his deal. We just have a way to release him and not take any cap. All right, so that's good. So the Eagles can keep him next year if they want. I need to look this up. I need to look all this up and see. Like, literally, because they don't come out with the news until the contract information until like later on of what's going on. So really, realistically, like, all I know is that they signed him, and that was pretty much it. They gave away a 5th round pick, a 6th round pick in 24. And they gave away Terrell Edmunds. I don't know how the hell they gave away Terrell Edmunds. Terrell Edmunds spiked up the deal I mean, I don't know what spiced up the deal. Another pick or Terrell Edmunds? I mean, 2 picks and a player for. I mean, you're going to get those picks back. 5th and 6th round picks. Howie Roseman is going to get those picks back. I'm not even worried about it at all. Not even worried about it. Levant Mateus says, what's the deal with Penny? We're going to need a big back in the playoffs. Apparently, they're saving him for the postseason. Diana Rossini said that the Eagles are planning on keeping Penny for the run. I guess the run the Eagles are going to make this season. I don't know how he's going to get better if he's never playing. Like, put him in for at least 2 snaps. I don't even give a shit. Just put him in for a couple snaps. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for him to have 20 snaps a game. Just get him, football ready because he hasn't taken a hit. Like, what do you expect Rashad Penny to do? Really? Just saying. King of Philly says, why do the Titans and Saints keep trading with us? How we keep fleecing these teams? Yeah, so I totally forgot about the Saints because we have one of their second-round picks. So what's the record for the Saints right now? I haven't really even followed them. I totally forgot about our extra second. I knew we had an extra second, but I forgot it was the Saints, and I forgot, we have to look at this team. Raul says, now this is an upgrade from Chauncey Gardner, baby. 2-time first-team All-Pro. Let's go. I think a few years ago he led the league in interceptions at one point. Damn, back in Philadelphia. Isaiah says, would be nice to see that Zach Ertz trade so we can have that dual set tight end scheme and so we can break the record. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I like Calcaterra. I like Jack Stahl. That Albert O that we traded for by the free agency. That Albert O trade was really good. I mean, I really like that kid a lot. He might be our fastest tight end that we have. The Eagles kept 4 tight ends this year. Albert O is a healthy scratch every single week. They're not even activating him, obviously. But I think, the Eagles are going to keep 3 tight ends next year, not 4. They're keeping him around to keep him for the offseason next year and to really get the competition at the tight end spot really going next year. So we'll see what happens. Ryan says, Tom Pelzero said a little over $2 million. I sent you a post of this. All right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out right now. Screw it. Why not? Appreciate it, Ryan, by the way. All right, so it says Titans paid Kevin Byard $7 million of his 11 compensation for 23 in July. So, not much cash involved in the transaction for the Eagles. Byard's cap hit will be Byard's cap hit. Howie Roseman. Byard's cap hit. Sorry, I'm just laughing because it's a fucking joke. Byard's cap hit will be a little bit over $2 million for the Eagles for the rest of the season. What, dude? Appreciate it. Ryan Roman's my news guy on Twitter. He usually sends me messages on tweets and stuff about the Eagles. So, Ryan, you're the MVP. So, I appreciate it so much. Follow Ryan Roman on Twitter if you guys have it. Jesus Christ. Are you serious right now? I mean, that's just crazy shit. That's crazy. Can't expect turnover. Lindy says, can't expect turnover production when your offense can't keep you fresh off the field or your pass rush can't get home to take the QB out of structure. Byard is a huge threat to produce turnover. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, because, I mean, the Titans have just been struggling offensively all year. And if that's the case, the defense is getting gassed and they don't really have enough time to get these turnovers. So I wasn't really thinking that way, but it definitely makes sense. So I appreciate that, Lindy, very much. If you guys haven't subscribed to Lindy Endzone, he is a Eagles content creator as well. So definitely subscribe to his channel if you guys haven't. We're going to have Titan Anderson on the channel on the Shirley Shakedown probably this week to talk about the Byard trade and kind of, to give his, as a Titans fan for years, to give his kind of his sense on it. Dude, $2 million, bro. $2 million. Joe says, Joey, keep in mind in Wikipedia, but according to the article, Byard on July 24, 2019, he signed a 5-year, $70.5 million. That's through 23. Well, Doesn't say that here. Dude. So the Titans paid $7 million of the 11. They paid $7 million of his $11 million compensation for 2023 in July. So the Eagles are literally the Eagles cap hit for Kevin Byard is going to be $2 million, a little over $2 million. That's just highway. That's highway robbery. That's just highway robbery. I mean, RJ 3000 says Saints are 3 and 4, so of the worst records, I think. Good for us. Let them keep losing. It's X, not Twitter. Well, I'm still calling it Twitter. I will never call it X. It will never happen. So if that's the case, then I don't know what to tell you. Are you concerned at all about the O-line right now? Concerned? No. I'm expecting Cam Jurgens to come back this week or next week. Sua Opeta, I thought, did a really good job. Lane Johnson gave up a sack, but I don't think that was his fault. I think they were supposed to be slide protection. I think the protection, there was just a protection issue on what lineman was getting who. Not really. No, I'm not really. If Lane Johnson's playing, I have no issue. I have no issue at all. But Cam Jurgens coming back will be huge. Sua Opeta has done a fantastic job. I think he's played really well. So C23 says, like my God, good friend Hurts says, money is nice, championships are better. Totally true, bro. Gooney says, do you do what it takes to get Henry? Just stop Dallas from getting him? I don't know if Dallas is realistically going to get him. They could, but they have an issue in red zone as well, as much as we are too. So, Yang says we gave up draft capital for a better shot this year. I mean, yeah, that's what we did. We gave up 2 picks, 2 late picks, a 5th and a 6th, Terrell Edmunds, and we're only and literally the cap number for Kevin Byard is $2 million, a little over $2 million. That's insane. That's insane. Young Boy says definitely need to freshen up that cornerback room. Oh yeah, I agree with that. Because I'm looking at like Devin Witherspoon and some of these other guys that are playing. Devin Witherspoon from Seattle, I like that kid a lot. He's physical. He just has this pushback attitude, and he's just aggressive on his coverage. I just love it, And yeah, I mean, with Slay, a free agent after next year, and I think Bradbury only has 2 years left. They got to start looking. I mean, Eli Ricks, okay, is something to be talked about here with Eli Ricks, and it's going to get kind of crazy. So, he had a couple good coverages. I think he had like 3 coverages on Tyreek Hill. He played in the nickel a couple times, and he played great. I think Eli Ricks is definitely somebody that needs to be highly mentioned to be. I'm not even saying a number 1, but I mean, there's something there. All I can say is there's something there. I'm not going to say he's the number 1, number 2. Like there is something there with Eli Ricks, and the Eagles have to pay attention to that a lot more because every time he gets a chance, and he's physical. Half of these corners are pressing at the line. Remember Bradbury? Like he wasn't even pressing. Like you play press, but you're not being physical. What's the point of playing press if you're not putting your hands on? Like perfectly what Eli Ricks did. Got his hands on the corner, had his hands on the receiver. Kind of just disrupted him off of his route and just had a nice deflection, man. That's how you can get that pass rush hitting home every single time. It's just insane. Bob says we should see if the Titans will trade Malik Willis. He would be a really good backup for Hurts. He's not playing really good right now. I mean, he's really not playing well. I don't know how much interest the Eagles have in keeping Tanner McKee in the building. I mean, he had an okay preseason. Gunslinger. I mean, he's got no speed. He's got no athletic ability. He's just got a nice pocket presence, and a pretty good arm, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Ryan says, I think Derek Barnett will be gone. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't, apparently he could be trade bait, but how much value does he have? What are you going to get for him? Where's 500 get his jerseys? I can't find them. And he says, I have no idea. You better ask him because I have no clue. Joe said, I totally agree. If this contract that is over at the end of the year and not next year unless we didn't extend him. I understand we stole him and owe him hardly anything. He's just not signed next year, right? So technically, he's just a rental for the year, which is fine. You're not investing money in him. You know, you got him for $2 million in dead. I mean, really, he's $2 million, a little over $2 million against the cap. That's it. He's nothing. It costs nothing to have Kevin Byard. Now, the Titans paying $7 million of the $11 million really did help. So maybe this trade wouldn't have got done if that was the case. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting. What's up, Mayor? What's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day. We got 344 in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe, because we cover the Eagles every single day, and we'll have live streams, and we'll have the play-by-plays of every Eagles game every week, and videos every day, and all that great stuff. So make sure you subscribe, and make sure you like up this stream as much as possible. Thank you so much. We got 100 level. Let's try to get to 200 likes. Why not? Do appreciate it. I was supposed to stream tonight, but it looks like I'm not going to do that. I'll probably stream tomorrow, maybe have a guest on, talk about the Miami game a little bit. You know, we'll have some videos out tomorrow. I actually had a video out later today, but unfortunately, it kind of messed up the video I was doing because I, made a video on a few players, and one was involving Terrell Edmunds and how garbage he was in this game, and this should give the Eagles more motivation to get a safety. That's pretty much what my video was about later on today. So I guess they already cleared that up, and I don't have to put that out today, which is pretty damn good. JF says, any holes left on the roster that you would address? I mean, if Nolan Smith is not going to get a chance, I would add another defensive end. I would add, I don't know. I mean, it would nice to, the Eagles are going to need a right tackle really soon because right tackle's a mess right now. I mean, literally, if you take Lane Johnson out and nobody else is ready, and I'm talking no one else is ready. Jack Driscoll, Tyler Steen's not even ready yet. I think Tyler Steen just needs more time. I just think he just hasn't had enough time. I'd go after another, you get another move. So let me read I'm going to read the statistics really quick. So I got some statistics here. Chilling, man, chilling, doing the same, chilling like a villain, like as usual. Let me, I have some statistics. So let me go over this again. I have some more statistics to read for Kevin Byard, okay? So Kevin Byard snaps per position in 2023. So far this year in 23, he's played 87 snaps at slot corner. He's played 171 at free safety. He's played 129 at box safety, which is great. So he's played both safety spots. You got a hybrid player in the building now. The other statistics, so this is his statistics in the NFC East so far. New Eagles safety Kevin Byard in his career against the NFC East. So against the Cowboys, he's had 7 solo tackles, 4 assists, and 3 interceptions in 2 games. Against the Giants, he has had 12 solo tackles, 5 assists, and 1 sack, 1 interception in 2 games. Against the Commanders, he's had 12 solo tackles, 5 assists, 1 pick in 2 games. And total, he's had 31 solo tackles, 14 assists, 5 picks, and 1 sack in 6 games. And this is within the NFC East and what he's done in his career against all the teams. I don't know what he's done against us. They didn't even say us, I don't even think. So, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. What happened? Why are we deleting messages? What's going on? What, is he spamming? It's all right. That's fine. If he's spamming, then that's fine. Ryan said I would be open to coming on a live on here. Yeah, definitely. We'll get some people in here soon. We'll get some people in here soon. Lord says, there we go. So, I'm really pumped. I am beyond pumped, out of my mind over this. I didn't think it was going to happen today. Literally, Nick Sirianni was having his press conference, and literally this happened. It literally happened. I didn't expect it at all. I figured at this point we were going to wait another week. But we'll see what happens. Hold on one second. All right, just making sure we're good. All right, just making sure we're good. But yeah, this you guys got to be happy about this. This is, you just got a great win. You just got a fantastic win against Miami. You literally physically beat them to a pulp. You really did. They played physical. They played very well. So, Young Boy Majestic says, need your opinion on this. Ever since Johnson became OC, doesn't Hurts look a little uncomfortable last couple games? Yeah, I think they're trying to. I'm starting to connect the dots with this injury that he has, because apparently this injury that Hurts has didn't happen this game. It happened games ago. Hurts said it happened in a different game, and it wasn't the Rams game, because someone already covered that, and it was the wrong leg. Okay, remember when Hurts got hit a lot of times early this season, like the first 3 games, he got hit a lot. I think there was an injury there that Hurts covered up, and I think the coaching staff went up to Hurts and said, you know what? Instead of bailing out of the pocket so much, we really need to keep you in the pocket. I feel like they're forcing him to stay in the pocket a little bit more, and I don't really like it a lot, because that's not Jalen Hurts. Hurts is not a pure pocket guy, okay? Hurts needs to use his legs. He needs to bail out at times. And I get he needs to be patient at times. Like, you have to stay in the pocket sometimes and let plays kind of develop, not bail out as soon as there's a little bit of pressure on you, but I think that has to do something with it, no doubt. So definitely something to look out for. I think it's really getting Jalen Hurts to a rhythm, and this injury could be involved in having to force Jalen Hurts to be in the pocket and stay in the pocket for certain reasons. So I think that could be, I think that definitely could be something serious. But we'll see. By Wednesday, we'll really find out. We'll find out about just the moves in general, the injuries, what's going on, and Reed Blankenship, is he coming back? So the good thing is, So the good thing is, like, if you need to start Sidney Brown and Kevin Byard this week, I have no issue with it. So Maria says, Byard signed Titans for this year and next year, 2.4 cap hit this year and 14 next year. Have not seen anything that Philly restructured. Yeah, so I mean, from what I'm told right now is that next year does not affect the Eagles. They can let Byard go and it won't affect them at all, cap wise. It won't affect them. Because if he had a big cap number like that next year, I don't, and then something was in the contract that they could change, or maybe was finagled a little bit, I don't think they would have signed him for that reason. But I mean, we'll see. But we'll find out. Chris Alex says, remember the Birds get Rodgers, the kid from Colts, to play the slot next year? Yeah, so Elijah Rodgers, or what's his name? Eli Rodgers? I forgot what his name was. But he got in trouble for gambling this past year. And he's another young player that was ranked pretty high on PFF. I'm not a big fan of PFF, but he was ranked pretty high. The Eagles have no contact with him, and he can't contact the team or be around the team or do anything till he gets off the exemption list from Roger Goodell in the NFL. So they're going to have another corner coming into the building next year. So a lot of young talent, a young cornerback room behind 2, going up there in age type corners, and Slay and Bradbury. So some good things to take, man. Ryan says, I want Kevin Byard this off. Yeah, I made a video about Kevin Byard this past off season. Like, I was ready. As soon as Chauncey didn't sign, and then they signed, Terrell Edmunds, I was like, I hope that's not the plan B option, but I want Kevin Byard. I just, there was a lot of rumors the past couple weeks. Diana Rossini put out some rumors a couple days ago that the Eagles are looking for a top tier safety right now. So, that's what we got. That's what we got. We got a top-tier safety that's going to play a lot better. That's going to probably be a pick machine. He is a great tackler. He is everything we want in a safety, and he's from Philadelphia. So it's a shame that he missed. It's a shame that he missed the Kelly Green uniforms. By the way, the Kelly Greens, oh God, man. I completely want the Kelly Greens to come back, like, full-time now. Like, no joke. It was so beautiful seeing that. Really, really was. Talking to that Tilly says, go Birds. It's been an incredible day. We had a great day yesterday. A really good night last night. I didn't go to bed till about 4 o'clock in the morning because I was doing content, but I was just so happy last night. Looked at some highlights. I was just very happy. Levin Mahal says, I think we need to run plays with Hurts under center, running plays, action, having him in shotgun. Every play will get predictable. Yeah, I mean, the read options or something like that, they got to do a little bit more. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. For says, Jason Steen played right tackle at Vandy. Played, yeah, but what was that? I know he was a left tackle at Alabama. Eagles and Phillies, unlike some fans, never give up. Let's go. Hell yeah. Yang says, Joey, you don't like PFF? I'm not a big, you don't really see me putting videos on PFF. Like, you never really see me putting videos up about PFF ratings. Really never. I don't know that Eli Rogers guy too much, so I just took that as information because there really wasn't much information out there on him. So I'm not a big fan of the PFF system too much. So we'll see. Trey says, looking like last year, RPO is barely a part of the offense this season. I know they are probably just trying to keep Hurts safe, bro. What do you think about it? I mean, that's part. I mean, maybe the shotgun's part of it. Maybe they don't. I mean, they just don't want him to get hit. I mean, because I think this injury was something that happened early in the season that was covered up by Hurts and didn't want anybody to know about it. And, maybe that injury kind of came back on that late tackle out of bounds, or not late tackle out of bounds, but when he went to the left sideline and rushed and got, kind of got tackled the last second before he went out of bounds. And yeah, he just didn't, he looked like he was in a little bit of pain. I could be wrong, but he just looked kind of off in some way. You know what I mean? Patrick said, I think he hurt his knee in the New England game. Haven't seen the explosiveness in his runs when he scrambles. Yeah, I mean, I think they're, to be honest, I don't know. But here's the weird thing. The weird thing is when they went back after they beat Miami, he jogged. He didn't just slow jog. He, jogged through the tunnel. So is there really that much pain in his knee? I mean, he was jogging. He was jogging through the tunnel. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I kind of get a little confused. Trey says, looking at least, I think I already saw that. I think I just did that. Patrick says, I think he hurt his knee in the New England game. Haven't seen explosiveness in his run scrambles that game. Are the Titans on the bye week this week? They are. I mean, that's good. He's well rested, so he's not. So that's great. So he's all right. So he's coming off of. So they didn't play Sunday. So they didn't play this week at all then. That's really good, though. That's good. I didn't know that. Getting the ball out quicker, which Hurts is starting to do. No, that's fine. I just think there's some issues where he, maybe eyes one guy or maybe doesn't go through his progression. I mean, I don't think it's a problem at all. I think there's just little things that he's doing that, I think, him fumbling the football in the beginning of that Miami game was stupid. He just got to take the sack or just slide to the ground. You notice that Hurts is not taking hits anymore. You notice that Hurts is not running through people anymore. Hurts is starting to slide a lot more in games. There's no doubt starting to slide. So Eli Ricks played well against Tyreek. He's I hope so. I hope so. He looks really good. He looks really damn good. Rice says, we've been calling for our safety. We got it. Now our power back incoming, either Fournette or Derrick Henry. Dude, I wonder, man. Now, I know that Leonard Fournette did visit the Buffalo Bills. Oh, God, man. I am dying right now. I am dying for the Eagles to grab a big back and just run him. I mean, I'm dying for that to happen. The red zone, third and long, third and goal, and you're running with Hurts. You're doing a QB draw on third and long, in the red zone. It's just ridiculous, man. Kenneth Gainwell in the red zone. Why is Swift not in the game when we're in red zone or crucial third downs? Now, the thing I'll give the offense credit for, running game wise, in the second half, they actually used Swift a little bit more than I thought they were going to use him in the second half. They actually did use him a little bit more. So there was some common sense a little bit in the second half, just a little bit. So, crazy. It's just crazy. We'll see, though. As the weeks go on, we will see. We will see. Ian says, I don't think anyone around the league takes... not really. I mean, I don't. Tony says, Eli Ricks was such a big balls move. Dude looked really good in camp, and we still cut and grabbed him back. Yeah, and did he get cut? So he made the roster. He made the roster in the beginning. I don't think he got cut. Did Eli Ricks get cut? I don't think he got cut. Did he? I don't even remember. I don't think so. I don't think he got cut. Unless I'm wrong. I like totally forgot. It's been a while since camp, so I don't even really remember if he got cut. I thought he made the raw. I thought they kept him. Yo, Phil, what up, dude? We got people are pumped, dude. I agree. I think Ricks played well. Oh, he played great because he was physical at the line with his hands. He was physical at the line with his hands. That's why you took him off his route. You disrupted his route as a receiver, and you physically battled him and messed him up. That's what the Eagles don't do in press. Bradbury did not put his hands on in press off the line. Never did. What's the point of playing press? You don't put your hands on. It makes no sense. To me, it makes no sense. Nick Cunningham says it's not that Howie's playing chess and other GMs are playing checkers. Sometimes it seems like other GMs aren't playing at all. That's definitely true. It's like if you follow, how many teams try to copy Howie Roseman and they're always 10 steps behind. Like, I think a perfect example of trying to copy Howie Roseman was the Rams winning that Super Bowl with Matt Stafford. They gave up. The thing is, like, they gave up so many picks, they ruined their draft capital for the future. Like, they ruined their draft capital. And they signed a million different guys that year. They signed a lot of talent that year to go get a ring. And the Eagles have, the Eagles fell off after the Super Bowl. They did. They fell off, no doubt. But, this team is rebuilt. This team has rebuilt 3 times. 3. Andy Reid left. Chip Kelly came in. First rebuild. Doug Peterson came in. 16. Rebuild. Apparently. Eagles win a Super Bowl. Good amount of years down the line. 21 rebuild. Somewhat. It's crazy, man. And the GM, because now you're drafting really well the last 3 years. You're making great trades. You're literally paying $2 million against the cap, a little bit over that for Kevin Byard right now. It's crazy. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think he got cut. I would have remembered if he got cut. I don't think he did. I thought he made the roster, and we were all like, yes. Like, that's what I remember, unless I was wrong. So I thought we dropped him from a 33. Maybe you're thinking of another. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it was him. It might have been Mekhi Gardner. Most likely. It probably was Mekhi, but I could be wrong, though. We have Lucius, the show with the Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. Said, bro, it's time for a special shakedown with this. We're going to get it. I don't know if he wants to do an emergency pod tonight and to talk about it real quick. I don't know. It's up to him. It's really up to him. I have the time today if he wants to do it. I want to bring on Titan Anderson, too, to give us a background of Kevin Byard because he's watched Kevin Byard this year. Titan Anderson is a content creator. We might actually bring him on. I haven't told 500 about it yet, but I don't see why not that we would be able to get him on there, which would be good. But we'll have it. We'll see. It's really up to Philly at the end of the day because he's more busy. He's got a family. He's got a lot going on. So it's really all up to him. Appreciate Super Chat, by the way. This is all the good news the Eagles are making, kind of making you want to watch Night of the Creeps, Joey. Maybe. I got to see it, though. I got to see it. No joke. It's been a busy couple days. I haven't stopped since 4 in the... literally, I was up till 4 in the morning, literally this morning. And then I got back. I did a workout. I came back here and, like, holy shit, man. Like, I didn't realize all this shit was going on. Mekhi Gardner goofy. It's a great start of the week. I totally agree. Let's trade Gainwell for Bijan. I told you Bijan was going to be good. He wasn't the best talent. Jalen Carter was in front. So that's all that matters. Yo, if the Niners pick up Henry, they lost both Debo and CMC. What are you talking about? They lost Debo and CMC. So, well, the 49ers are playing tonight, aren't they? Aren't they playing tonight? Or whatever's happening? I don't even know what's going on. I know that CMC has a torn oblique, I think, or whatever it is. Trey Turner up 2-on-2 out. Oh, the Phillies are playing. Are the Phillies playing right now? Russia Terrell said, it'd be nice to trade for Bijan, but highly unlikely. No doubt. No. I wouldn't even be interested in that at all. I would have no interest in that at all. Jaguar says, Byard solidifies this defense. Just need Roby healthy. I mean, yeah, it's really it. It's really it. Jose says, A.J. Brown got more receiving yards than all the Titans wide receivers. Yeah, I think it was like, I forgot what it was. I forgot I saw the stat line for that. It was like, I mean, what? He had over 800. The Titans don't even have 800 yards combined with the receivers this year. I mean, it's just insane. Yeah, it says that he's playing. They're going to run him into the ground. I swear to God, they don't. I am telling you right now, with Brock Purdy, he cannot deal with having he can't deal with injuries on that offense. That guy folded like a fucking lawn chair. When he lost Debo and didn't have and lost CMC for part of that game against the Browns, he folded like a fucking lawn chair. That guy could not stand the heat. Not even kidding. Couldn't stand it. Matt, what's up, dude? He said, remember how everyone said the Dolphins were going to murder us and blow us out? Well, where are they now? Seems like they've ghost faster than Danny Fan. Any given Sunday, bro. I've been saying this shit. How many times in videos I've been saying that shit? I've been saying that non-stop. Trey says, Smitty has a couple of drops in the past couple of games, but if he was playing with a finger injury, he's been in a split. I did not even know that. Really? I had no idea he had a finger injury. Why am I not seeing this shit that he had a finger injury? I didn't even see that shit. Yo, Bobby, what's up, dude? He says, CMC is supposed to play tonight. Debo out with a hair. Oh, going to miss a few weeks? Damn. Well, we're going to find out with that. We're going to find out. Oh, man. This is going to be interesting. We're going to see what Purdy does. Purdy has lost a game with having injuries to the offense. I'm telling you. That guy is fucking. Guy can't stand the heat, dude. I mean, I would say the Vikings are going to win tonight, but it's not going to happen. But we'll see. I mean, Kirk Cousins. They don't have Justin Jefferson again this week. He's out for a couple weeks. Van says, I'm already mad at the Raider comment medical staff giving update on Jimmy G until day of game. Niners don't be next. Carol says CMC is the key to Niners offense. It's not Purdy. They won every game since they got him, even with Jimmy G. Oh, I agree. I mean, to not have that sustainable. They have Elijah Mitchell, right? I mean, Elijah Mitchell's not a bad back, but he's not obviously CMC. So Elijah Mitchell's pretty damn good. I like Elijah Mitchell, actually. I think he was like a 6th-round pick for them. Worked out pretty well. Don says, man, what happened to the Lions yesterday? They got smoked. Yeah, it was like, what was it? 38-0? I don't know what it was. I mean, it was, I don't know where, they just didn't show up. EC says, Eagles saying refs helped the Eagles. I don't care. I've been seeing that all over Twitter. There's bad calls every single game. There's bad calls in every game we win or we lose. You know what I mean? It's not like, look, at the end of the day, with the Eagles got away with winning against Miami. Okay, well, whether Bradbury had the face mask or not, okay, literally we gave them 7 points. We gave them a free 7 points with that pick six, or literally the pick six deflection. So we gave them that. Tyreek Hill could have had a touchdown. He dropped it out of the end zone, touchback. You know what I mean? Just they had a couple chances. They messed up on their opportunities as well. I don't care if they missed calls for the Eagles. They missed a couple calls, but we paid for those calls that we got away with. We gave them a pick right into the end zone easily. Easiest pick that you could grab that fell right into the guy's chest. Okay? And the Philadelphia Eagles couldn't stop Tyreek Hill. He dropped a touchdown in the end zone as he ran in. His knee kicked the ball and went out of bounds. So they messed up a lot of opportunity in that game. Just like it was Zeke and not Dak. Yeah, it could be right. I think the Cowboys have the Rams this week. That's gonna be an interesting game because I'm gonna find out. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. They got some good receivers. Who's that? Atwell? That guy is good, man. That Atwell guy is friggin' fast, dude. Fast. He almost scored a touchdown on us. He almost broke one in the middle of the field. Like, you know, Matt Stafford kind of, I mean, we pressured Matt Stafford good in that game for him to be a little bit unbalanced, but he had some potential touchdowns that could have been there. But that's every game. Like, that's what happens. You get pressure, you know, there's a guy that's open, you know, and some quarterbacks can't do it. They can't get the throw. Trey says, I learned about the Smitty injury on the Eagles Eye podcast with Ruben, Davis, and Gary. He hasn't missed time, so the Eagles don't have to list on the injury report. Gotcha. Dolphins fan says, you had 0 penalties, we had 10. Well, no, technically the Eagles should have had 2 because of the offset penalty. It was the offset penalty and one more penalty that should have been there. But the offset penalty doesn't count. There's an offset penalty where there's a penalty for both teams on the same play, then those penalties don't count. But yeah, Miami did have 10 penalties. The Miami Dolphins are a good team. They're still a very, very, very good team. They obviously need Jalen Ramsey back. They need Xavier Howard back at corner because I think that definitely helps. But offensively, they're great. You know, they faced a good team. The hype in Miami right now, the Eagles took that as disrespect. Like, there was just so much hype with Miami going into this game. And I felt like they were talking about Miami more than the Eagles. You know, Eagles had 0 penalties because they're good. Good Night says, we still had penalties, but they offset due to clearly an undisciplined Dolphins team. Bobby says he sounds like a Cowboys fan, always blaming the refs. All of them are complaining. All of them are complaining about the game, but they're not going to complain about Kevin Byard because Kevin Byard is just a fucking monster move that they just made. It's a monster move. Oh, yeah, the Jalen Carter unsportsmanlike. I totally forgot about that. Oh, God, that was really bad. Jalen Carter, I mean, he retaliated because really Jalen Carter got retaliated and got the penalty. I hate the fucking rule where somebody starts shit and you can't do anything. It's ridiculous. And then he did that flop on the field. I thought that was funny. Matt says, even yesterday, exactly why we say it's week to week. Yes, I've been saying it every damn video. It's week to week, it's week to week all the time. It's week to week every single week. You can't go off of schedules. You can't go off of, they played this team, they scored more points. You can't do that shit every year. And fans do this shit every year because you know why? Because these are just casual fucking fans. They go by roster, they go by on paper, that's what they go by. They don't go by whoever's prepared is going to be prepared. And the Dolphins weren't prepared. They weren't prepared enough. They faced the best team on their schedule. We were the best team on their schedule because really at the end of the day, I can go by schedule and just say that like schedule doesn't matter either. But you look at the Dolphins schedule, it's been pretty damn easy, to be honest. It's been easy. You know? The Eagles just beat the number 1 passing offense in the league. And it's a good offense. You don't face many Tyreek Hills, okay? You don't face many Tyreek Hills in the league. There's not many of them. There's not any of them at all. Okay, Tyreek Hill's a friggin' nightmare. I was so nervous. I don't care whether it was 3rd and 18, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 25. I wouldn't care what it was. Like, I would still be afraid because all Tua needs to do is just get time. And Tua's got great accuracy. He's got a really good arm. You know, you're always nervous in those situations. DB Cooper says, where you at, dude? Yeah, he was in the stream on the play-by-play. He was in the stream during the game, I think right in the beginning, and then yeah. And he disappeared. Like the rest of them disappeared. That's why I don't fucking get, dude. Like, these guys have no balls. Every week, they have no balls. These Cowboy fans have no fucking balls. I mean, they just, like, disappear. Like, imagine if I disappeared for a week because I didn't feel like talking about a loss. Like, it's just so stupid. Half these guys wouldn't have the balls to come on camera every single week and talk. Like, no one would have the balls to put themselves on camera losing a game. No one have the balls to do that. None of them do. Jones said, I love how our schedule is difficult this year because we will be more than ready to win the Super Bowl if we get good seeding. Yeah, I mean, that's why I figured there was going to be a big test. Well, the games that we were supposed to win, we won. Besides the Jets game, which I feel like if Hurts didn't throw that pick on 3rd and 9 and just took the sack and punted it or just punted it in general, I think we would have won that game. But maybe that loss really turned this team around. Maybe it really changed Sean Desai. Maybe it really changed BrianJohnson a little bit. Not saying that the offense is perfect yet, but, a couple things need to be fixed. But I think played a very good game. I think BrianJohnson dialed up a good game. Little things we could nitpick at, obviously, but I think it was a good game on both sides. I can't complain about it. When it's a really hard opponent, it doesn't matter what the score is, whether they beat him by 40 or 50. It doesn't matter. Like, I wouldn't have even cared if the Eagles beat the Dolphins by 1 point. It wouldn't have mattered to me. Like, that's a good offense. The number one passing offense. It's a good offense. You can't run by it. You just can't. You got super chat from Reef 215 says, so how do you Julio Jones signing will work out? I mean, I think he just has to get more acclimated. He's only been here for a few days. He had one catch. Apparently the rumor was before the game he was supposed to have like 15 to 25 snaps. Never happened. That was the rumor going into all of it. It never happened, and I think he's going to be used a lot more because I feel like Julio Jones is 100% a mismatch in the slot. I think the Eagles actually have an upgrade in the slot right now over Zacchaeus. And Quez Watkins is still on IR right now. So I feel personally that signing Julio Jones was very confusing in the beginning, but at the same time, because we were kind of waiting for that secondary help before signing a friggin' wide receiver, I get it. But I think more likely, Julio Jones is a huge mismatch on the inside, and I think is going to get a good amount of playing time. I feel good about it, and I think a lot of Eagles fans were down on the move. I think a lot of casual Eagle fans, and I say casual because I feel like just because we lost against the Jets, everybody was just like, "Oh, Julio Jones, he's washed, he's this, he's that." Like people were just like kind of just like saying he's a piece of garbage. And it pissed me off a little bit. I respect everybody's opinions, but it kind of it made me a little, kind of made me mad a little bit. I don't know. It's just, I think he's going to do really well in this offense. I do. I think you have a legit, reliable hands, route running, Hall of Fame receiver in the slot that has no pressure on him at 33, 34 years old. No pressure on Julio. Julio will contribute. He's not the focal point of the offense. He is another weapon out there that's going to get attention. Zacchaeus doesn't get attention. Watkins doesn't get attention. Julio Jones is going to get attention when he's just being lined up. Just being lined up, he's going to get the attention he needs. He's gonna get that attention. Okay, no doubt. So I think people need to, chill on it a little bit. That's all. I think people need to chill on it a little bit. But I think we'll be all right. Did I miss a super chat? I don't know. Let me see if I answered this one. I don't know if I answered this one. I'm not sure if I answered this one or not. This thing is annoying. Did I? Oh no, this is the one. Okay. All right. So I'm up to date. Ron says, now this is an upgrade from Chauncey Johnson, 2-time first-team All-Pro. Let's go, baby. Welcome home, Kevin Byard. Welcome to Philly, baby. Yeah. I'm ready. I'm literally, I swear to God, dude, I walked in from working out. I just got home. I walked in. I'm like, my clothes are dry now because I've been sitting here. Like, I was soaking wet from working out. Pause. But... and then all of a sudden I was sitting down. I saw that Sirianni had his press conference. I was going to watch it, whatever. And then my phone was just going off. It was just like boom, 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 boom. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, don't even tell me something happened or something bad happened or Jalen Hurts is out for the season or I don't know. I was just like all over the place before I checked. Matt says, y'all can blame the rest for all you want, but at the end, you're the ones that ultimately lost the game. We got one Dolphins fan here. I mean, Can't really take them seriously too much, Tyler says Reddick has been a monster and Nolan Smith got his first sack. Yeah, Nolan Smith needs more playing time. I'm sorry, but Barnett's got to take a back seat. If he doesn't, then that really sucks. I don't know what Desai is doing, but They bet whenever he's on the podium next time, you better ask him why they're not giving Nolan Smith more snaps. Yeah, so Reddick, Reddick and what's it called? Reddick and Sweat have 5.5 sacks each this season. Reddick had Josh Sweat had 2 sacks in this game, which was great, and Reddick had a lot of tackles for a few tackles for loss. Yeah, he did a really good job. He was getting pressures. They were all getting pressures. You get a pressure, you're doing your job. You're helping someone else be successful in that defensive line, which is great. You know what I mean? We got a super chat from Joseph Thies. Thank you so much, man. He says, I called a blowout and said Hurts would have a bounce game. You called us getting a safety. Fly will fly. Great content. I appreciate it, man. Well, dude, it was obvious they're getting one. I mean, to be honest, like, I couldn't see them going after anything else. Did I expect Julio Jones to be signed? Hell no. Did I want him in the offseason? Sure. As a depth piece? Yeah, sure. I think Julio Jones came here. Julio Jones said he had other offers. He came here because he was going to start. Well, let's be realistic here. The Eagles had an empty spot at wide receiver 3. Not really an empty spot, but there was a spot where he could have got some playing time, and I think took it. Julio Jones only cost you like $300,000 for the year. I mean, he doesn't cost that much. You know what I mean? But safety was the high priority target. From what I read, and literally this is me not having connections in the NFL. This is me just reading shit and seeing like what's legit, what's not legit. Diana Rossini is pretty legit. She's pretty up there with her news. She's pretty good, actually. I actually like her a lot. And she had some news saying the Eagles and Howie Roseman, was his top priority right now is looking for a top-tier caliber safety. And they got the number one guy that I wanted. The number one guy I wanted. They ended up getting him. And they fucking got him. We got him. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. What a great 2 days this has been. I mean, holy shit. We couldn't ask for any more than this. Seriously. Once I heard that Kevin Byard was available, that was a whole different story. Like we were talking about how many weeks we were talking about Budda Baker and then Justin Simmons. And then, we were talking about, not even Justin Simmons came later, but we're talking about obviously the quad injury to Jeremy Chin. That I think they would have at least made that move. Maybe they would have made that move. But once there was rumors about Kevin Byard being moved, I'm like, oh shit, dude, Howie Roseman got to jump on this shit. He has got to jump on it. I mean, Kevin Byard from Philadelphia, knows the city. I mean, 2-time All-Pro. I mean, you just got a talent. Yeah, get them likes up, guys. Definitely get them likes up. How many likes we got on this? I don't even know. 159, 200 likes. 200, please. I appreciate it. I wasn't even supposed to stream. I wasn't even supposed to really make a video. I had a video coming out later, which I had to scrap that video. Now I have to redo that video because that video is not going to work out. So I'll have a video tomorrow morning, but we had a lot of content today, a lot of stuff. I have to get ready in like an hour to jump on someone else's channel as a guest. I actually can't wait to be on someone else's channel and talk about the Eagles. Definitely a lot to talk about. I'm excited. I'm ready to go, dude. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go. See what we got. Your boy says Julio Jones, 6'3", red zone weapon throw. Been making catch by the pylons. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Got a super chat from Baldy. Says Byard most underrated trait is his health. Yeah, it totally is. But man, do you know what else you got with him? He's a vocal leader. You know how big of a loss that is for the Titans. I mean, the Titans suck anyway, but he's a leader. He's a vocal leader on that defense. I mean, you got like a guy that can. I'm not saying we don't have leaders, but you have another guy that can open up a little bit and do some good things. So you always want to knock on wood. You know what I mean? You always want to keep these guys healthy, no doubt. I mean, I'm afraid to go back to MetLife. MetLife is like the more of my the most worries that I have is going to MetLife to MetLife Stadium, and the last thing I want to do do some good things. It's crazy. I
wood,
get it.
You know what I mean? You always
I
want
totally
to
get it.
healthy, no doubt. I mean, I'm afraid to go back to MetLife. MetLife is like the more of my,
Oh
the
shit,
most
my
worries
bad.
that I have is going to MetLife.
I always fuck this up all the time.
MetLife
Every time I put
Stadium
this up, my computer gets all messed up.
The last thing.
Let's see here. But shit says let's see. He says now I don't expect him to be Julio of Falcon days, but think be able to give him a couple catches a game in space. Field for can't even add a touchdown some games out of season if he stays healthy. Yeah, I'm not. He's not. This isn't 6-7 years ago. This is a new Julio Jones that's just trying to play his last few years in the league, couple years in the league, at 34 years old, and trying to do something with the end of his career. Julio Jones doesn't have a ring. I feel bad. The Patriots come back in that Super Bowl really sucked. He had a chance to get a ring, never happened. So if he's with another team right now and he gets his ring, he's a Hall of Famer for Atlanta. He won't retire an Eagle. He'll retire as an Atlanta Falcon, which he should, because that's the only right thing to do for him in his career. And trust me, he has done damage to us in the past. I remember the Byron Maxwell Julio Jones game where he had like 200 yards. He had 200 yards on us in one game. I mean, I remember those days. It sucked. And then we got messed. Remember, he had that little screen pass at the end of the game and went up for a touchdown and beat our whole defense. I remember those days. It was crazy. I get it. Elaine says all we need in Philly now is for the Phils to win tonight, and we will win. I mean, it's a crazy week. I mean, it's a crazy week. If the Phils win today, what a good week. I mean, what a fantastic week this has been. Guys, Kevin Byard said all the rookies in their spots. Kevin Byard was the experienced mind on the Titans defense. Interesting, bro. Interesting. It's a crazy. I said this earlier in the stream. Do you guys know that Brian Dawkins is Brian Dawkins loves Kevin Byard. Like, it's his favorite player. Like, this is big. This is definitely big. Interesting, bro. Double audio. What do you mean double audio? I said this earlier in the stream. Do you guys know that Brian Dawkins is Brian Dawkins loves. There's double audio? It's his favorite player. Like, this is big. This is definitely big. Hold double on. Audio. Oh. Sorry. That I had something must have been playing. So something. All right. So something was. I think my stream was open on my computer and it was playing in the background. I had to turn the audio output off. What is playing in the background? Oh, it was playing in the background. All right. I think we're good now. All right. We're good. Okay. We good now? I think we're good. I don't know what happened. That was kind of weird. Joseph said, this is the biggest trade. Let me know if my mic's working. If it's still echoing right now. Okay, good. All right. This is the beep bump. Yeah, I had my audio output was on, so it was actually hearing the stream from, yeah, it was weird. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited. I'm shocked. I mean, this has been almost a great week. It's been almost a perfect week as of right now. So, and yeah, I mean, it's you get a bonus. I mean, you're not just you didn't trade for a free agent or trade for a free agent. You didn't just sign a free agent or grab some bum. You literally grabbed a vocal leader, a guy that's great against run support, doesn't let big plays above him. He's a ball hawk. He hasn't got a pick in a while. He's played in a really bad defense. He's played in a gassed out defense. That's hence why they can't get picks. Hence why they can't really do much this year, because offensively the Titans have been really bad. So Byard is a $2 million cap hit. The Titans paid $7 million of $11 million of his salary this year. Okay. They paid that, and his cap number is only a little over $2 million. It's insane. It's just it's crazy, dude. It's absolutely nuts. We got a super chat from Ghost41. Thank you so much, man. So I'm so hyped we got Byard. Do you think we trade any of our other players? Because we got a few guys that are going to come off IR soon. Social media is saying the Eagles got bailed out by the refs. Fuck the fucking internet, dude. Don't read that shit. Because that's all. Every game is like this. Every game. Every friggin' game. Okay, so what did the Miami Dolphins do to take over these games? Seriously, like, realistically, they got a pick six, and Tyreek Hill dropped a friggin' touchdown. Fumbled the ball out of the end zone, whatever it was. I mean, like, they messed up their own opportunities as well. So, like, what? Because it was a ref, because it was a penalty that should have been called or whatever? I mean, we've gotten screwed by penalties a million times, but that's just the way it is. Every year it's like that. It's like that every game. The Colts got screwed. Like, I get it. It happens. It's happened to us. But what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to say, oh, man, we don't deserve this win because the refs helped us 100% of this game? Yeah, because they really helped us 100% of this game, no doubt. Guys can kick rocks, dude. Appreciate the troop chat, by the way. Appreciate it. But I think Derek Barnett could be trade bait. Quez Watkins could be trade bait. Interesting enough. So we'll see. We'll see. Appreciate the super chat very much, man. Very, very much appreciative. Matt says Dolphins show themselves in the foot and it cost them against us. Yeah, pretty much. What's going on, V? Critic Knight says I counted more uncalled penalties against the Dolphins than actually got called. Yeah, there's probably things that they missed. Probably a lot of things that they missed. And penalties are part of the game. I get it. I mean, look, it just what am I supposed to say? I'm supposed to be like, oh, we didn't deserve the refs gave it to us. We don't deserve the win. Fuck that, dude. Well, they're acting as if they helped them all through 4 quarters of the game or something. Like we didn't have to do nothing. We literally got the ball at our own 25, and the refs literally called penalties every single drive going downfield and gave us free points. That's what they're making it look like. You're good, man. You're good. Good. Fucking can't stand that shit. It's one of the most annoying things ever. Let me refresh. This chat thing has been working. I don't know. It's working, but it's just being weird. Christique says, what if refs' fault that Tua played horrible? Was it the refs' fault that so-called one offense couldn't score a single touchdown? You got to tell them that. You got to tell them that. The refs helped us out 100% the whole game. Non-Killionaire says, hey, Joey, what do you think of the move? Also, think of anything other moves come? I mean, no, it's a bona fide move. You got a leader. You got a guy that can cover, that never, that the guy covers very, very well. He's fast. He's great against the run. He's a pick machine, and he can be with a good defense around him. Kevin Byard is a fucking luxury from God. It's a luxury from God. I don't know, man. A defensive end, maybe. I honestly, anything like that's big, maybe a defensive end, maybe. I don't know. Brian Burns, I don't know, something like that. I'm just gonna stick with this and be happy with it right now. I mean, that's what I could really say. I'll stick with this and be very happy. Go says Penny may be traded to. I feel like we should trade him and get something for him because he doesn't. They're not going to trade him. Diana Rossini reported a couple days ago that I guess somebody asked the Eagles, like, what are you doing with Rashad Penny? I think what they're doing is they're saving him for the end of the year where it gets cold, and where they're going to start to unleash him in the offense. They don't even use Boston Scott. I mean, is Gamo really the second best back on this team? I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know because they don't use Rashad Penny at all. I don't think they're moving him unless they trade for Derrick Henry or something. They're not doing much of anything else. Jones said the Dolphins couldn't run on the Eagles. The Eagles made the Dolphins one-dimensional, not the refs. Yeah, that's true. And you notice that later in the game, they started running around us than up the middle because with Jordan Davis there, the middle was just great. It was great. It was awesome. Jordan Davis was just immovable. Paris' finesse teams will almost always lose to smash-mouth teams. Yeah, from what I heard, the Eagles were hearing the hype from Miami all week, and it just pissed them off. How do you beat speed? Sean Desai says you beat speed with physicality, and that's what we're going to do this week. I like Desai. I'm starting to like him a little bit. I don't like the off-the-ball coverage too much, but it is what it is. That's the part of the game. We still gave up a big play. I mean, Tyreek Hill's. You're not going to face a Tyreek Hill. There's no Tyreek Hills in the league. You're not facing another Tyreek Hill. And like I said, Miami's a good team. They get Xavier Howard back, Jalen Ramsey back in that secondary. It'll definitely help tremendously. But I got to say, we were just better in the trenches. I went into this game saying Miami's good in the trenches. The Eagles are better. This is the best team that they're facing so far on their schedule. They have not faced an offensive line like this. They have not faced a defensive line like this entirely. And look what happened. Desai was more aggressive in this game. He played a little bit closer with these corners. They played a little tiny bit more press. And now since Terrell Edmunds, that trash bag of a heat piece of garbage he is gone. He was a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against him at all. But he just sucked at the position. Simple as that. He was horrible. Very horrible. So we have 249 in the chat right now. We have 192 likes. Make sure you get the stream to 200 likes. Do appreciate it so much. And everybody, I'm not going to go for too much longer because in an hour I have to go on another. I'm going to be a guest. Check out my community post. I'm going to be on another podcast. As a guest, just to talk Eagles in general, at 7:30. So we'll probably go for an hour. I was supposed to do a stream tonight, but this will count as a stream for today because we've been streaming for an hour and 33 minutes as of right now. So we'll be doing some more stuff, and getting it going. Kevin Byard to the Philadelphia Eagles. What other moves could they make? We'll have a video out tomorrow morning. I have to redo a video or just scrap the video that I had coming out tonight. So that video is definitely not coming out tonight. So, yeah. But other than that, I'm ready to go. I'm going to end this thing, guys. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate the 200 likes on the stream. Appreciate for people subscribing. Appreciate all the super chats. Definitely check out my Discord if you haven't checked it out because I do like video chats with all people. If you want to contact me or you want to do some vid chats, I'm always on Discord as well. So definitely join the Discord too. Check out the memberships too for support as well for the rest of the season. So I do appreciate everybody just dropping by, hanging out, and I had to stream this today. It was just too big of news to just let it go and just let a video kind of pour out today. So yeah, other than that, you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next one. We're going to try to get a shakedown done maybe before the week. I don't know because I know Philly's streaming the game tonight, so definitely go to his channel tonight. He's streaming the 49ers Vikings game Monday night. Hopefully the Phillies win. And yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what up? Follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace out. Love you guys. Go Eagles.